Good morning, you guys. Welcome in. I'm so happy you're here this morning. Today, I have a guy coming that's going to redo the wireless in my entire house. So I'll have a different face without the sun right there in my face, but that's okay. I'm happy to be here with the sun shining this morning, so that's all good. We're going to begin in child's pose. We're going to kind of focus a little bit on the arms today. So if you just want to take your big toes to touch and hinge forward and stretch your arms out long. Just go as far apart as feels comfortable so far, but sometimes in the beginning, having them a little more narrow helps support the torso. So see what feels okay for you. And let's take a breath in and a breath out. Today, let's focus on the word faith. Faith is active. It's not passive. It's an active practice. It's actively living out what we truly believe. And once you have faith in yourself, we're able to recognize our capability and create the life we want and the people around us that we want when we really hold strong to all of that. So today, let's practice faith in ourselves and our capabilities. Let's take another nice breath in here and a nice cleansing breath out. As you begin to lift up into all fours, let's arrive in tabletop pose. Taking your hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips, and then drop your belly, lifting your hips, lifting your chin and eyes, and then exhale to round into cat pose. Rounding and let that feel really good through the spine. Breathing in for cow pose. Breathing out for cat. And just flow through that. I invite you to close your eyes here and let this very first movement be what helps you really connect inward and more to the sensations inside your body than what's going on outside. Sort of lean forward a little bit with a nice neutral spine, and let's take 4 tricep push-ups right here with the elbows coming straight back, our neck long, and just lean into it on your knees just to start to warm up those arms a little bit. And then push back towards child's pose, but tuck your toes, and then shoot forward into plank. Hold nice and strong. Press the earth away so everything is very active in your body to begin. Then shift forward, lower down to chaturanga and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down, and from the bottom up, press up into tricep push-ups for 4. Lower down, press up for 3, lower, 2, and 1. Come back towards child's pose. Shoot into high plank again and hold. Feel yourself puff up that space between the shoulder blades. Your belly is braced. Your neck is long, and breathe it in here. Fully finding that faith within. Come down to that chaturanga. Hold it for 4, for 3, for 2. Upward facing dog. Tops of the feet press into the mat. Engage around the knees, the thighs, and then really press your palms down to lift your heart. Feel your triceps pull back towards your ribs, and we open here. Take a breath in. Tuck the toes, strong through the core. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Breathe. Maybe pedal the feet. Start to wake up the feet. Folding the toe joints. Pressing the heels back, stretching through the calves, hamstrings, the Achilles tendon, the soles of our feet wake up. Then press those heels down and back. Then really active through the arms. Instead of just letting the chest lower in this down dog, press and feel active from the palms through the shoulders up into the hips. Inhale high on the toes. Look forward and make your way towards your hands. Take a halfway lift. strengthen your back side of your body here. Feel yourself just kind of build your back towards the sky. And release into a fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to, and let it be a rag doll here for a moment. Maybe even interlace your hands around the elbows and sway, and now just really let those shoulders release. Letting your neck release and breathing. And let your arms relax down. Let it be a slow roll to the top. So you come up feeling bone stack upon bone until your neck stacks over the shoulders. Give the shoulders a few rolls here, like you're massaging your neck. Waking up our bodies, breathing life into every cell of our being. Then inhale those arms up. And take your right arm down by your side for a little support, and then reach up and over for a side stretch. Inhale up. And take your left arm down, little support, and reach up and over. Inhale to lift. And then squeeze your glutes. So nice and tight through your backside. Cactus the arms and take a baby back bend, a little arch, dropping those elbows down and back. Give them a little bounce, right? So wake up these posture muscles, maybe even rotate through the wrist a little bit. And then inhale, reach up. Bend the knees as much as you need to and take a forward fold. When you arrive here, let's heel toe our feet out a little bit wider and take Malasana right away. So a wide little squat. One of the most functional moves we can possibly do with our body is just this right here. And then take your left palm down, sweep your right arm up and twist and open across your chest. Let that arm kind of fall back a little bit. So you feel those posture muscles again, your shoulder blades kind of squeezing into each other as your chest opens, the front of your shoulder opens, and then release that down. And let's take it to the other side. Breathing. And then release that down. Lift the hips and heel those toes in a little more narrow. Take a halfway lift. And then step back to high plank. Nice and strong. Shift forward, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale high on the toes. Look forward, step, walk, or float to the top of your mat. Take a halfway lift and release into a fold. Now feel really strong through your feet and your legs, and then circle sweep all the way up, reaching up. Take a baby back bend here, cactus the arms. We exhale. We inhale faith this morning and take this strong belief in yourself, bow it down all the way down. Halfway lift, building so strong, step back to high plank pose. Shifting forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog as you breathe out. Inhale high on the toes. Step or float to the top of the mat. Let's take a halfway lift and release to a fold. Circle sweep all the way up. Can you stretch even further upward and baby back bend, let it go. Inhale to reach up, forward fold it down. Taking a halfway lift and then stepping back or floating back to plank. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in here and a full breath out. And take your right leg, lifting into a three-legged dog. And that same activation through the shoulders without just falling into them, activating, feeling really energized through the shoulders, and then scorpion your dog. So bend the knee and let that right foot just fall over. Starting to stack the hips without releasing the shoulders away from the mat. And let's bring that right knee to the right elbow. Strong into the side body, and then back up to that scorpion dog. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, scorpion dog. Exhale, elbow to knee. 2 more. Lifting. Feel really strong in the side body. Squeeze it in one more time. Squeeze it and create that heat. And then send that leg straight up and back, three-legged dog. Step it all the way through low lunge and let your left knee touch down. Anjaneyasana, reach up overhead. Breathe. Reaching your arms up. Then feel yourself kind of pull that front foot towards your back knee a little bit, and just this energetic lifting through your body. So everything activates and feels energized, reaching up. And then take a side bend to your right. Inhale as you reach up. Half split, send those hips back. And let's flex that front foot. So let's get some dorsiflexion here with the foot, feeling the heel press down and the toes draw back towards your shin. And maybe a gentle pull back with your hip. Kind of breathe in to lift your chest. Let your exhale drop you a little bit deeper. And come forward into a low lunge. Take a breath in, stretching long here. And then around to the side for a wide-legged forward fold. So draw your toes all just the same direction. And let your chest release down into this fold. Let your cervical spine, your neck, relax and your shoulders get heavy again. If you want to take a twist here and reach one arm at a time up, maybe that feels good. Kind of explore this. As we get going, let this be a way to loosen up your body wherever you may feel tight today. See if you can work into that. You know, just kind of see where the tightness is and acknowledge it. And then bring it to the back of your mat to a low lunge. And then take your left leg, sweep it up and back for a three-legged dog. Nice and active through the arms, really root through your base leg, and then scorpion your dog. So feel the hips begin to stack. And try not to release the shoulders away from the mat. So both shoulders square to the mat, palms are equally weighted, and we just let that opening come into the hips. Take a breath in. As you exhale, left knee to left elbow. Strong in that side body. Give it a good squeeze. Scorpion dog as you inhale. Exhale, bring it towards the elbow. We've got 3 more of these. So just be in it. Have faith in your capabilities here, right? You are so strong. Believe in that as we move today. And then stretch that leg up long for a three-legged dog. And bring it all the way through low lunge. And your right knee touches down, reach up, Anjaneyasana. Lowering down, and yet lifting up at the same time. So take your front toes, even give them a little squeeze in your mat, and feel the muscles that activate around the calf. Your knee starts to feel really strong here. And if you lower the hips a little bit more, you've got this. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lean to the left over that front leg. Inhale to lift. Half split, send those hips back. You can let your fingers touch down if you'd like. They could be at your heart. They can be behind you, whatever feels good here. But really dorsiflex the foot. So flex the foot. Draw the toes towards your shin. And then maybe gently pull your left hip away from the heel to give yourself a bigger stretch. Let's take a breath in to lift. And then exhale to go just a little bit deeper. Coming forward into a low lunge. Pop that back knee up and find length. From the back heel, up the leg, the hip, through the crown of your head, and then let it go, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. And take a halfway lift here. Press your palms down underneath the shoulders, and then top of the mat, low lunge. Step back to high plank. Inhale as you shift forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Right leg lifts, inhale. Scorpion your dog as you exhale, and then allow yourself to flip the dog. So release the right hand away and land on that right foot. But then let the hips drop down and pull your elbow in towards your belly. and then lift powerfully. And then come down as you exhale, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower and lift. And feel like you are pulling light and energy into your body. Way beyond skin deep. Pull deep within. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. And then it's side plank. So try and lift into that side plank here. If you need to step into it, put a knee down, that's totally fine. But once we arrive in the side plank, begin to pulse the hips up, right? So if you want to stagger the feet, you can, or stack them, but pulse your hips up. Now think about the side plank position and lifting your hips just a little bit from there. Instead of lowering them down and lifting them up, hold your side plank and pulse those hips. So think that I'm going to put the blade of my hand between your rib cage and your hips, and you're going to squeeze. It's that side body activation. Squeeze for 4, for 3, for 2, and then step it through. So take that top leg, bring it back forward to a low lunge. Anjaneyasana. Lift up, take a breath in, and then let's stretch that out, leaning over. Inhale to lift up, tuck your back toes under, leaning flying lunge. And when you arrive here, strong in that front leg without kind of just falling into it, really strong. Reach your hands back, palms to the floor, and try and draw your pinkies into touch. And feel the back of the arms. And as if I come up behind you and I try and lift your arms a little bit, and then pulse them up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Cartwheel up and open, warrior 2. Ah. When you arrive in warrior 2, just kind of organizing yourself, right? Feeling really secure in your stance. And strong in those legs. So press down into the outer edge of your back foot. Yeah, hold on to that connection and see if you can just drop in just a little bit lower. Opening across the chest, but strong and rooted right here. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lean forward, finding extended side angle. And maybe with your arm on your thigh. And then lower the hips a little bit more. See if you can wind the rib cage up so you can take your gaze up. And then feel a position here that you can adjust that makes you feel really open. And then adjust to what makes you feel really strong. Warrior 2, inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Feel your core help hold you. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. One more time, extended side angle. And then rise into star. Straighten both legs, open up, spread out your fingers, and just stand in your power here. Absolute faith in your abilities. Trust that you have everything you need in this moment to move you forward. Even when the opportunities and the timing are not right, trust. Have faith in your abilities. Open up here, take a breath in. As you exhale, lateral lunge. So bend your right and come down into this lateral lunge. All right, nice and secure. We're going to lift up into a single leg mountain. So push the earth away and lift that right leg up. And then take that soft step back to that lateral lunge, hands to heart. And we're going to repeat that a few times. So lift and then lower. Inhale to rise. And exhale, a soft step, soft through that landing. Every time you step down, step softly and you'll feel everything brace and activate that much more. And so we begin to practice balancing through motion, right? Which is functional. That's what we need to practice. So we have these strong bodies that can balance us through the waves of life, metaphorically and physically, right? One more time. And when you come to the lateral lunge, hold it here. Walk your hands forward, lay that right knee down, and then let's come to hero's pose. If hero's pose is uncomfortable for you, you can do this next part in any seated position. We're going to work our arms for about 3 minutes. So let's take our arms out wide. Take a breath in, and then bring them up, out, forward, and out. Up, out, forward, and out. And breathe. All right. So we've got about 3 minutes together working our arms in kind of a different way. We're going to stay in these little drills, which is really going to be an excellent practice for our minds and our bodies. 2 more. And then reach the arms forward. Lean forward so you're on an angle, and then pull back like that baby back bend where you feel those elbows draw back and down and those posture muscles squeeze together. Reach like lat pull downs. Pull. Reach and pull. So feel yourself kind of make those muscles and your shoulder blades come to a V in your back. All right, pull down. Feel those very strong lat muscles you have in your back. Pull. And then reach up, sit nice and upright, cactus those arms, forward and up, forward and up. So let's work those rotator raises. Now I have a shoulder injury, so you may notice that one of mine doesn't rotate very well, but hopefully yours does. And so you feel this rotation. And without weights, this is really therapeutic. Just think about drawing circulation and fluid into the shoulder joint. Really important. So try and keep the shoulders away from the ears. And every time those hands lift, you feel those shoulder blades, right? So keep them pinned together behind you as you move through this. Really open and strong posture. We've already kind of awakened our mind to these muscles in our back that help hold us here. So breathe 3, 2, and then forward and back. Forward, out, forward, out. And now we're going to feel those rear delts start to really maybe give us a little bit of a burn. We doing? Yeah, try and keep those shoulders strong and those elbows lifted. Awesome. I see San Diego in there. Looking good. Forward and back. So imagine that you are kind of up against a counter, right? And so your elbows cannot drop because you've got this countertop right here. Sliding them across in 4, 3, 2, hold it out and pump, 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 pump. Now relax the neck. Let the shoulders do the work. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring them forward. Pump it. Pump right here with a more narrow. Breathe. Pump those arms. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last set. We're going to 40. Woo, baby. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open them up, extend them out, and then place your palms so they're down and flip. And this right here, really, really good for the forearms and wrist strength. And then place your palms down and just circle your arms forward. Now, again, remind yourself, relax the neck. Let the shoulders do the work. And when the burn starts coming, just let it wave through you. Can you be calm across your face without gripping with your jaw, and just be in it and have this faith? This is a practice of having faith in your abilities, right? So when we can stay in these challenges, even when maybe it's not what we expected, we are training our minds just as much as we are training our bodies right here. Let's bring that circle backwards, backwards, backwards. Breathe. That tiger wanted to be part of the action here. All right, last one. Flip the palms up and just pump it back. Pump it back. Now, instead of thinking about bringing the arms forward and popping the rib cage, really strong and still through the body, and it's just a tiny motion from straight out to the sides to pulling back. Your posture muscles are strong. Your shoulders are likely burning, right? So just breathe. We've got 10 more seconds here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Palms face down, hold. Close your eyes. Be right here, right now. Trust. 4, 3, 2. Inhale your arms up. Hold it down. Oh. We're going to come back up just the way we came. So palms down, and you can step out to that lateral lunge or hop, however suits you best. As you inhale, bringing it to a high pyramid, palms touch overhead, back to the top of the mat, warrior two. This time, reverse your warrior, stretch it up and back. Feel it from that hip crease. Open across the rib cage, bringing it back, and then cartwheel down to a low lunge, stepping back to high plank pose. Flow through a vinyasa here, or go straight to down dog if that feels better for you. And take a breath in and a breath out, and we're going to keep it going. And so the left leg lifts, scorpion the dog, and then flip. And draw that elbow in, and then lift up. So draw energy in and lift. I like to think about just collecting this ball of light and pulling it in. Stretching, strengthening, all in one, and then we're going to come to that side plank. So lift and hold. Now again, you can take your lower knee down and get the same activation in this next part. We're going to pull the hips up. So from side plank, just the tiniest lift. But again, imagine I take the blade of my hand and I run it underneath your side. And you're going to squeeze from your ribs to your hips. Just pinch my hand, pinch, pinch. And the more you think about that spot in your body, the stronger it's going to get. The more you're going to activate those muscles. Pulse, pulse, breathe. So strong. You've got this. Do not give yourself a way out here. Give yourself a way in. For 4, 3, 2, top leg comes through to a low lunge. It can take a lot of steps to get there or one fluid motion. Back knee drops down. Anjaneyasana, reach up. Take a side stretch to stretch out the side body. Inhale to lift, back toes tuck, flying lunge. And palms down, pinkies draw in, really pull those shoulders away from your ears. Lift your hands behind you, pulse them up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold, open up, warrior two. Nice and strong in your footing. Open across the palms. Yeah, so spread out your fingers here. So we feel active everywhere we possibly can energize. Then lean forward, extended side angle. And maybe you take your arm and rest it on that thigh, or you want to reach down. So start to wind the rib cage up and open, and your gaze turns upward. Take a breath in and a breath out. Warrior two, strong through the core to lift. Extended side angle, exhale. Use your strong middle to lift, warrior two. Extended side angle, exhale. Warrior two, breathe in. Extended side angle, and then we come up to star, and we open up. Breathe. Even a little bit of a baby back, but if that feels good, to just expand across the chest. And then lower down into the lateral lunge. And then lift into a single leg mountain. And I'm going to turn so I can face you guys. And hopefully that won't be confusing, but step out and then lift. And step out and lift, and just keep repeating it. Make it the softest landing you can. Kind to your body, yeah. Every time you land, and the more you activate that foot, you're going to feel your core and everything hold on for you. And then catching that little bit of balance at the top. Dawn, awesome. Breathe. And then come down to that lateral lunge. And we're going to bring that knee forward and then come back to hero's pose. Now, we're not going to repeat everything we did before, okay? But do take your arms out wide and just palms down, palms up. And we're going to be here for just a few moments. Again, exercising these muscles that help our wrists be strong, our forearms, which is really good for arm balances. Really good for chaturangas. These muscles that don't always get activated until we do really high pressure things like that. So breathe for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to lift, and we're going to walk out to Malasana once again right here. Now, if Malasana is where you would like to do this next part and stay here, that is fantastic, because like I said before, it's one of my favorite poses just to chill in. It's really good for circulation. I don't think anyone on this call is planning on having a baby anytime soon, but it's really good practice to prepare for birth, all that good stuff. But we are going to practice crow today right here. Our arms are ready for it. Everything we've done so far has prepared us, so trust in that. So if crow is in your practice, feel free to start lifting. Now there's lots of options here. So even if it's not fully for you, let's practice some stuff. We can lift high on the toes, lean forward and place the knees into the upper arms. Now stay right here if you'd like. You can bend the elbows and get higher on the toes and really lean into it and see how that feels. And then maybe you want to take little tippy toes, right? Tap one toe, lifting the toes one at a time, 1 foot at a time. And then maybe you feel like you're able to lift both. And then maybe draw the big toes to touch and pull the knees into the arms. So squeeze in, right? That energizing feeling upward. Draw everything into your body, lift it in and hold on to it. Everything you're creating right here is yours to keep. So hang on in absolute focus and intention. Breathe for 3, for 2, and 1. Release. And we're going to return to that side lunge, that lateral lunge, and then lift up to high pyramid. Top of your mat, open up warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. I'm kind of opposite of you guys again here, but then cartwheel down to your low lunge and take your vinyasa. Beautiful, Karen. I finally got to see your face a little bit there. Breathe. Awesome, Nick. Nice and open, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, breathe in. Scorpion your dog, flip your dog. Draw that right elbow in towards your belly, lower the hips, and then inhale to expand here, breathe it in. Exhale to lower the hips. Side plank pose just for a moment. Catch it, hold it, maybe lift that right foot away from the left a little bit, and then step it forward to a low lunge. Back knee drops down, Anjaneyasana, inhale. Take a side stretch as you exhale. Inhale, lift back up, right, tuck the back toes, leaning flying lunge. Open up, warrior 2, inhale. Extended side angle, let the breath release, and then breathe it in for warrior 2 again. One more time, extended side angle. Star pose, breathe in, open up. Lateral lunge as you exhale. This time, single leg mountain, lift and hold, and then hands to heart. So flex that right foot, right? Feel yourself, use your core muscles to kind of hold this knee right here. See if you can get your knee to about hip height. And then maybe take your hands, cup them around the shin and help hold that leg there. And we're going to practice hand to big toe pose for a moment. But maybe for you, you want to hang on to the hip or the shin and help open up. Or maybe you can reach for the outside of the foot or 2 fingers around the big toes. And if you want to start straightening that leg, imagine it's on a conveyor belt, right? And it's just the foot is moving away from you without your body moving. And maybe you can open it up to the side. Now the thing is here, you don't have to be able to have a straight leg in this to practice this pose. You could keep it bent the whole time. And this will likely feel really different from side to side. And then bring it back forward, cross it over for eagle. Right leg over, right arm under, and pull in. And try and pull your elbows apart from each other, but don't allow yourself to with your hands. Try and pull your hips further apart from each other, but don't allow yourself with your knees and that hook you've got with your legs. Yeah, activate those side glutes, strong through your muscles. And inhale, standing knee raise. Take a breath in. Lateral lunge. Star pose. Breathe in again. Warrior 2, exhale. Inhale to reverse your warrior, tip it up and back. And then cartwheel all the way down, low lunge, and take your vinyasa. We arrive in down dog. Right away, the left leg lifts, breathe in. Scorpion your dog, flip your dog. And lower the knees as you draw the elbow in, and then expand and lift upward. Pull in, and then find your side plank pose. And see if you can lift the top foot away just for a moment, and then bring it through to a low lunge. And the back knee drops down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale to stretch over to the side. Inhale to rise back up, tuck the back toes under, leaning flying lunge. And then open up, warrior two, take a breath in. Exhale, lateral lunge. And then we come to that single leg mountain and we just hold and pause right there. Flex through your foot to help lift it. Yeah, feel your strong core muscles help hold you here. Bring your hands to your heart center, holding that knee upward. And see if you can hold it about hip height. Breathe. And then practicing hand to big toe pose. Maybe you cup your hands around the shin. Or maybe you want to go ahead and take the hand to the outside of the foot if you can reach that far, or 2 fingers around the big toe. And see what happens here. So I really encourage you to let this side be this side. This moment be its own moment. Our bodies usually have experienced some injury along the way in our lives, and they are not quite the same. Shoulder to shoulder, knee to knee, whatever we've got going on. But think about this, our bodies already are not even, right, where our organs are placed. So let's just do the best we can in this moment on this side in this posture. And then bring it back, cross it over for eagle. Left leg over, left arm under. And try and pull those elbows apart, but don't let yourself. Try and pull your hips further apart, but don't let yourself. Breathe into it. Find a soft, steady gaze forward. Release the grip in the jaw. And breathe. So further back a little bit, lift your chest a little bit more. Those elbows come up and we stay in it for 4, for 3, for 2. Standing knee raise, rise up, take a breath in. Take a big step out for that lateral lunge. Oh. Inhale to rise up. Warrior two as you exhale. Reverse your warrior, breathe in. And cartwheel all the way down, low lunge. Step back to high plank and flow through your vinyasa. Let it feel so good. Yeah. And then take it to your knees. We're going to do a quick core work. How are we doing? Probably went over is what I did. Okay. If you want to hang out with me for some core work, but I totally understand if I've gone over on my 30 minutes, it's hard without having my music to keep me on track. I hope you guys are doing good and feeling good with those strong arms. Let's take it to our back. All right. We're going to cross the right leg over the left for eagle legs, fingertips by your temples, and lift and lower. If you've been in my class, you know I absolutely love core work, right? This just time to focus on our cores and train these muscles that basically help balance our entire body. So it was so important. 3, 2, and then pulse it up. 3, 2, 1, release. 3, 2, 1, release. We'll do 2 more of just like that, pulsing. So it's like time under tension, really pulling into the muscles. And then eagle the arm. So left arm under, and then lift and tap your elbows to the thigh, and then release and tap the ground. Up and down. 7, 6, 5. This is where we feel all that effort. Really pull into your middle here. Really pull it in. 3, 2, and 1. Palms by the side. Your head can come to the mat, but lift your feet up and then lower the legs down and lift them up. So they're not going to touch, and it doesn't matter how far down they go. That's very individual. As long as your mid back is still pressing into the mat As long as your core is activated and strong, that's where the money's at. So really press your palms down and forward, and you're going to feel your upper abdominals engage as well. Breathe. And then lower your feet to wherever feels challenging but doable, and just do a flutter kick for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pull the knees in, left knee over right, fingertips by the temples, lift and lower. Now listen, lift your pelvic floor up and in. So we're going to bring all the energy to our center. Bring your gaze straight up and feel the shoulders lift away from the mat for 4, 3, 2, and then pulse it up. 3, 2, 1, release. 3, 2, 1, release. 2 more times, just like that. So really pulling all the circulation into the abdominals. 3, 2, and then a hold. Left arm under right. Lift and tap and release. Up and down. I always feel like this is the moment where we really feel the effects of the work. So it's a good time to just think about trusting that your hard work pays off right here. And then release down, hands by your sides, legs lift up, lower your feet down and lift them up. Press your palms firmly into your mat and push them towards the back of your mat, towards your feet, right? And you're going to feel the upper abdominals engage a little bit more too. So strong through your entire being. If you want, you can lift your head and your shoulders a little bit and then find a spot that feels challenging but doable, and this time out, in, cross those legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, knees in. Breathe. Just rock gently side to side on the low back. Take the soles of your feet to your mat. A gentle bridge pose to stretch that out. Lift your hips. Maybe even take your palms to your low back and help lift into the stretch without making it too active, unless you want a really active bridge pose. And then release your hips down. Let your knees fall to one side or the other. Just let your body tell you which side it wants to go to first. You can stack the feet and the knees if you'd like. Take a breath. Let's just let them go to the other side. Take a breath. Let's pull them in. Interlace your fingers. Let your knees be on the inside of your elbows, and so your knees can relax, your legs can relax, your hips can relax, your arms have got you. And yet they don't have to do a lot of effort because you're kind of holding on with your fingers. Just breathe. And we've made it to Shavasana, extending your legs out long. And your arms come to rest. Full of faith, dignity, trust. Just breathe. If you have time for a nice 5 or so minute Shavasana, please take the time this morning for yourself. Thank you so much for joining me this morning with my hands placed at my heart. Namaste.